I get asked a lot by Pilates instructors and studio owners, how much is it fair for an instructor to be paid to teach a session? I think this is the wrong question. Here's why, and what to ask instead. When anyone pays money for anything, they're paying to solve a problem. For example, when you pay a plumber to unblock your sink, you're paying to solve the problem of your sink not working. What makes one plumbing service more valuable to you than another plumbing service? Imagine this. Your kitchen sink is blocked and you find two possible plumbers. One can fix your sink next week for $100 and the other can be at your house in 1 hour to fix your sink for $200. Which one would you choose? In choosing between these two plumbers, would you consider fairness? Did you wonder how many certifications the plumber has or how long they've been with the company? I'll bet you didn't even think about any of those things. More likely, you weighed up how inconvenient it would be to spend a week without a functioning sink and whether you're prepared to put up with that inconvenience to save $100, or if avoiding that inconvenience was worth an extra $100 to you. You probably thought about how much it was worth to you to solve the problem, not about fairness. The price difference between those two hypothetical plumbers is neither fair nor unfair. You pay more for greater convenience, or you save money by accepting some inconvenience. Fairness simply doesn't come into it. Likewise, when a studio owner hires a Pilates instructor to teach a session in exchange for money, they're paying the instructor to solve a problem. What problem are they paying the instructor to solve? If you're a studio owner, what is the number one most important problem in your business? Getting butts on reformers or mats. If you have two hypothetical instructors, one whose classes are consistently full and waitlisted, and one whose classes are consistently half full, are they equally valuable? Pay is an incentive. An incentive is an encouragement or an inducement to do something. What do you want to encourage your instructors to do? What are you paying them for? If the goal is to get more butts on reformers, you should incentivize your instructors to get more butts on reformers. Don't pay more for more certifications or more time with the company or more experience. These things aren't your problem. Half-full classes are your problem. Pay more to eliminate half-full classes. Okay, down to brass tacks. How much should you pay? Well, as a general rule of thumb in service-based businesses, staff costs should be around about 1/3 of revenue. So if you're generating $100 from a session, the instructor should expect to capture around $33 of that. Obviously then, how much you can afford to pay your instructor for a session depends on how much revenue the session generates. If you have a business structure where the session only generates $100, say 5 reformers with each client paying $20, for a full class you can afford to pay the instructor up to $33. Whereas if you have 10 reformers in that same room, a full class generates $200, so you can afford to pay the instructor up to $66. Put another way, as a studio owner, if a session can generate $100, it's only worth $33 to you to solve the problem of filling and running that session. Whereas if a session can generate $200, it's worth $66 to you to solve the problem of filling and running that session. Studio owners, if you can't afford to pay enough to attract the best instructors, you need to rethink your business structure and create more revenue generating potential, either by increasing class size or raising your prices to create more valuable problems for your instructors to solve. So there is no fair amount for an instructor to be paid to teach a session. Instead, filling and running each session has a value that is determined by the revenue generating potential of that session. Sessions that generate more revenue are worth more to fill and run. Instructors, if you want to get paid more, you need to solve more valuable problems. If you're solving a $100 problem, that's worth about $33. If you want to earn more, you've got to solve more valuable problems. In other words, you've got to think about the economics of the studio you work at and the sessions you teach before you can calculate how much you should be paid. Fairness doesn't come into it. To get paid more, solve more valuable problems, or in plain English, generate more revenue for the studio. If the studio you work at only has $100 problems for you to solve and you want to get paid more, you'll need to find a different studio with more valuable problems. Instructors who fill more valuable sessions are literally worth more to the studio, regardless of certifications, age, experience, or time with the company.